What does finding the will of God have to do with the story of the Good Samaritan? If you've been watching my videos, I've been talking about trying to find the will of God, and we can actually find God's will by fulfilling the greatest commandment that Jesus talks about in Matthew 22 and Luke 10, where it basically says that the greatest commandment is love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. Essentially, love God and love people. But in the Luke 10 account, Jesus then continues on with the story because the teacher of the law says, well, who is my neighbor? Because what he's looking for is he's looking for an out. He wants Jesus to define his neighbor as just someone that lives next door to him or someone who's part of his same country, but not anywhere else. And so Jesus then begins to tell this story. He says that a man was traveling down from Jerusalem to Jericho, where he was attacked by a group of robbers and beaten and stripped and left for dead. Then a priest comes by and sees the man and walks on the other side of the street and the other side of the road and continues to carry on. Then a Levite sees the same man and turns to the other side of the road and continues moving on. And then a Samaritan comes and sees the man, picks him up, cleans him up, puts oil and bandages over him, puts him on his donkey, takes him to an inn, and then pays the innkeeper extra money to carry all of his medical bills, and says, if he still needs more help when I come back, I will cover the rest of that. And what we miss in this story is all the cultural context that's going on. A priest is like a pastor, like me. It's a person who's coming about that person should help, but the pastor didn't help. The Levite is like a high-level volunteer, an elder, or a board member, a deacon. They definitely should help because they say that they are following God in their own calling. And yet that person comes by. And then a Samaritan comes by. And the Samaritans were hated by the Jews, and the Jews hated the Samaritans. And the Samaritan was the one who was the most neighborly to the man who was beaten up. And then Jesus says, go and do likewise. So if we're trying to find God's will, we need to live like the Samaritan.